Hi everyone. I thought we would talk about who pays the mortgage during separation. Now you'll have to excuse my voice, I haven't been well, so it is what it is. So let's talk about it because nobody really explains this properly. Separation is a lot, emotionally, mentally, and then there's this financial side that hits you like a truck. One of the first questions that comes up is, wait, who's actually paying the mortgage now? And the honest answer, the bank expects both of you to. Not exactly what you want to hear, but it's important you know where you stand. So first things first, the bank doesn't care that you're separated. I know, that sounds harsh, but it's true. Remember, bank is a four-letter word. If both of your names are on the mortgage, then you're both responsible. The loan hasn't changed, and if payments are missed, it affects both of you. Doesn't matter who moved out, who earns more, or what was agreed verbally. So if your ex says, don't worry, I'll cover it, just know that if they don't, it will still come back on you. So what actually happens in real life? There's no one size fits all here, but these are the situations I see all the time. So you both keep paying for now. This is pretty common early on. It's not ideal, but it keeps things stable, protects your credit score, and buys you time to figure out your next steps. So if you're doing this, get something in writing, even if it's basic. It avoids arguments later. No he said, she said. So one of you stays in the home. Usually one person stays, the other leaves. If that's you, you might be covering the mortgage on your own, but legally nothing has changed yet. If it's your ex staying, you're still tied to that loan. You're still at risk if they stop paying. And this is where things can get uncomfortable quickly if there's no clear plan. Payments start slipping. This is the one to watch. When things are tense or money's tight, repayments can fall behind. And unfortunately, arrears build up fast. Your credit score takes a hit and it can affect your ability to buy again later. If this is happening, don't ignore it. Call the lender. There are hardship options, but you need to ask. The bigger question isn't who pays, it's actually what are we doing with the property? Because the current situation is usually temporary. At some point, a decision needs to be made. So your main options, sell it and move on. Clean break, mortgage gets paid, whatever's left gets split, you both start fresh. Honestly, it's often the less stressful option. Next, you might want to keep the home, and a lot of women do, but they aren't sure it's possible. Here's the reality. You'll need to refinance into your own name. You'll need to show that you can afford it solo, and you may need to pay out your ex's share. And here's something important. A lot of women assume they won't qualify, and they're wrong. There are often more options than you think once someone actually looks at your numbers properly. So you could keep it as an investment together. This does happen, but let's be real, it only works if communication's decent and there's some level of trust left. Otherwise, it can become a long-term headache. What I see all the time, and I wish more women knew, working with women going through separation, a few things come up again and again. You wait too long to get advice. Totally understandable, but you limit your options. You assume you won't get approved on your own. This one's huge. Your situation has changed, yes, but it doesn't automatically mean no. You stay stuck because it all feels too overwhelming, can't deal with it, there's too much going on behind. Also completely fair. But the longer things sit, the harder they get. You're better off knowing where you stand now and working forward. So if you're in this right now, start here. You don't need to have everything figured out. Just take a few practical steps. Get clear on the mortgage. Know what's owed, what the repayments are, what accounts are linked, offset, redraw, etc. Protect your credit score. Even if it feels unfair, stay across your payments. Keep an eye on the account. In the future, you will thank you for it. Talk to a mortgage broker early, not when everything's finalised, long before you've made an actual decision. A good broker can tell you if keeping the home is realistic, show you what refinancing will look like, and help you understand your borrowing power now, not what it used to be. So one last thing, if you're feeling unsure, overwhelmed, or like you've lost control financially, you're not alone. But here's what I'll say, based on what I see every day, women are far more capable of holding on to property or getting back into the market than they believe. You just need the right advice at the right time. So call me, talk to a broker that you know. You need to get advice now. Have a great day, guys.